How you doing?
Hey.
Guys great? All right. Now for something completely different. When I began my transition from one gender to another, my heart was filled with many conflicting emotions, from hope and joy to fear and guilt and everything in between. And the way I found to deal with all those emotions was to write them down on paper in the form of poems. In the days just before my big reveal, my thoughts were turning from fear and dread to hope, and I wrote this poem called Standing in the Threshold. In the house I've lived in all my life, I look around and see things I've known that are my own, that greatly comfort me. Books and art and trinkets that I've picked up here and there, old friends that warm my heart with memories to share. But in the coming days and nights, my future beckons me to leave this place I know so well, to set my spirit free. My past, it will remain behind in the house where I was raised. Distant thoughts are all I've had to remind me of those days. My future lies beyond my door, an uncertain fate awaits. I take a step uncertainly towards the threshold and my gates. In this house and rooms are all I know and all I've ever been. I'm frightened by the world outside, a world I've never seen. But leave I must, I know that now, I cannot stay within. My future calls me urgently, and the house lights start to dim. I fondly gaze on my four walls and know without a doubt that once I leave, I can't return. Locked doors will keep me out. Standing in the threshold now, I gaze out on life to come. I take along my memories and my loving wife and son. As I step into my future life, I look back on what I knew. The man I was waves fond goodbye and disappears from view. My friends and I have always called our transition from one gender to another a form of a journey. And one day I was thinking about this journey, and a vision popped into my head of the journey taking place on board a magical train. And I call this train the Womanhood Express. We're waiting at the station in hope but also stress. We all stand in patient queue to board the Womanhood Express. It's said this train is magical, a journey long and fair, to a place we all can be ourselves and live our lives as women there. Our tickets paid and price so high, the cost beyond belief, lost friends, lost loves, lost families, bought our fares as well our grief. Our suffering we packed away in bags filled with regret, until they bulged at every seam and begged us ne'er forget. But time is short, the train awaits, the conductor makes last call to board this train called Womanhood. It'll take us one and all. As we pull out from the station, the engineer gives a whistle toot, and all the teens in the dining car call out as one, whoop whoop! We have a crew of therapists on this train to help us find the path to gender harmony between our bodies and our minds. There are doctors in the medical car we could not do without. They prescribe the medicine that lets the girls in us come out. Surgeons are here too, we're told, with skills so long refined to take away the male parts and create the female kind. Next in line is the dining car, where salads are the fave. But for dessert, we save some room for the cookies that Selena made. In the femme car, we all practice ways to look and sound so fine. Voice and walk and mannerisms, feminine and refined. Hair is the objective in the next car on the track. Not only how to take it off, but how to put it back. A modern torture chamber is the horror that awaits. Laser beams and electric probes take those whiskers off our face. Epilators and razor blades turn our smiles into frowns. They make us wince and make us cry, but leave skin like eider down. Fashion rules the next car, and we girls line up in glee for chance to wear a pretty thing to make us feel carefree. We match our clothes to body types, tall and heavy, short and thin, but we have only one goal in mind: wear something to blend in. The last car on this train of hope is dimly lit and draped in gloom. It's here we come to pay respect to those who've met their doom. Some took their lives when hope was lost. Some fell prey to hate and fear. It's here we come to pay respect and hold their memories dear. The train begins to slow at last. The station comes in view. This land we will live out our lives is draped in morning dew. Our noses pressed to windows as we gaze on promised soil, this wonderland of female dreams for which we have long toiled. We gather on the platform wearing jeans and skirts and dress, and blow a kiss to engineer and crew of the Womanhood Express. Arm in arm and hand in hand, we march onward strong and proud. Our journey now is over, and we melt into the crowd.
Now please welcome an extremely talented guy who's also a multi-year participant in this fundraising event from the Los Angeles Housing Department, William Reyes, here performing with his best friend and business partner, Lillian